All right, boys, we got about 12 and a half minutes to really go, so let's go ahead and get this over with so I can go back to playing Power World. So, anyways, we're going up against pretty interesting teams, to say the least, and that is a Abyssal Yufine, a Ocean Breeze Luluca, and a Remnant Violet of all things. So, like, okay, let's go ahead and bring the anti-fighting spirit unit in. Elvira will go ahead and go into the Abyssal Yufine. Shazams! Now she can no longer heal, and she has Defense Break. Hoorah! And we just so happen to go, you know, right after the Ocean Breeze Luluca, so now she can't cleanse. Hoorah! Now, with that pretty much out of the way, we'll go once into her right here. This gonna fucking kill. Hurrah! And she just so happens to have Holy Sack, pretty much like we were expecting. Now, it's really just a matter of, okay, we can go into the Abyssal Yufine for free, and we can also wait for her to just go into us with an S1 of any time, and we should be good. Like, oh noes, what's going to happen here? Okay, well cool, we didn't get blinded, but we're silenced, so we'll cleanse that off with our S1 going in, do a shitload of damage we don't happen to kill, and we'll just go in here, the additional attack from the Elvira will then eventually kill it, and we're 100% in the clear. Now we're dealing with just, you know, Remnant Violet, and we're dealing with Ocean Breeze Luluca. So the big thing in particular is, well, what if you don't hit? Well, the big thing in particular that I was thinking about was just the fact that the only thing that is truly a threat when it comes to Remnant Violet is when he has max focus, he'll go into a random unit with his S3, and that is the opportunity where he could kill either like Elvira or he could kill Roana. My Roana is somewhat thick, so I should be okay in that regard. And also, just because he has dodge doesn't fucking mean that he will. Case in point right here. So we didn't even get a chance to see the S3 that goes into a random unit, and he's dead before then. Yo, guys, you want to go ahead and buff Remnant Violet anytime soon? I know I was like, hey, man, he don't need it. He's mad good. But, like, hey, with this shit that we're dealing with now and all this ridiculous offensive non-attack skill horse shit, Remnant Violet's fucking garbage. But either way, now we got that out of the way, let's move on to the next one. So now we're fighting Spirit Eye Celine, Savior Adin, and a Unbound Knight Arowell. Well, there's only one thing in particular that I really like to do whenever it comes to fighting mono light teams, is to throw in Big Mac Daddy motherfucker Dark Corvus on the team. However, we are fighting a Spirit Eye Celine on Secret Art, as well as the fact that because of that Secret Art, she was then able to go forward really, really fast. She cut in front of us, and now everybody has immortality. So because of that, we can't go in with our pissed off kitty cat yet. And we're pretty much, they're all going to be going into Dark Corvus right here. Okay, so that's going to be really, really great. This doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as I was expecting because it is Shepherds of the Hollow, even though that was a fairly slow Savior Adin. It wasn't sort of cycling seasons. Well, your immortality is gone. Go, kitty cat! Meow! And now she is fucking dead and extinct. Now, because of that, she can't come back. Go fuck yourself, Spirit Eye Celine. And now, here is the part where I was actually thinking a few things through. I was like, should I actually go for the Devil's Descent? And then I was like, well, yeah, fucking of course I should just go for the Devil's Descent, because even if this does not kill, guess whose fucking turn it is next? It's going to be Arunka's turn. So, like, hey, straight up, we do 24k right there through a barrier, didn't kill, okay, you have next to no HP left, fuck it, throw out that S3, when this kills, it extincts, and you get it back for free. Not that that really matters, because we're not going to be going into the Spirit Eye Celine with the S3 now, and now that she's gone on this turn right here, her barrier is no longer there. So now we just have to, you know, flip a coin real quick, which I don't have a coin ready for me. Man, I'm a failure as a broadcaster. But we just so happen to hit that wonderful coin flip, and the cat goes crazy. Meow! Fuck yeah, cat! I can't wait to use you throughout the rest of the Guild War. So, not going to use her yet, but hey, either way, we're going to have to go into my favorite RNG team ever. So it's Ran, Mercedes, and an ae-KARINA. Fuck ae-KARINA in particular. But hey, I've always had a much bigger and deeper hatred towards Ran. And that's the fucking reason why. So we're dealing with, you know, typical RNL Ran. And right here, my plans were already immediately kind of fucked with, because my Elena has already jumped way forward, so I was like, I don't want to use S3 yet. Because if I do, I'm essentially just wasting it, because these guys are going to immediately go next, and then they're not going to have any immortality or any invincibility when they could possibly need it. So I decide, okay, I'll go into the Mercedes with Lethe, so I'm going to start building up the Extinction Omen event, right, like as soon as possible. And I attempt to go for a sleep here. So it's like, okay, we got 2 out of the 3. So, you know, Rand's asleep. And aren't you a cheeky little fucker, Ran? So not only was that bastard asleep, but he also triggered RNL on his sleep turn and then gave himself another turn. Wow, you're fucking cool, Ran. But either way, we decide to go for the Soulburn S3, get a counterattack. Thank fucking Christ we missed that, because that would have done a shitload of damage if that hit. And then we're able to go in one more. Hey, congratulations, that Mercedes is fucking dead. So, now that she's gone, we have Ran and we have ae-KARINA left. Now, right here is where I made a very, very, very critical mistake. I initially thought, just from looking at the CR bar here, oh yeah, Shuna is totally going to get her next turn, because if I use the S3, she's not going to get any value out of that. Big fucking mistake. So right there, if that RNL procced, or if that Ran did even a little bit more damage, Shuna would be fucking dead. Which would have been really bad. So that's why, like, I would at least say, like, I don't know, whenever it comes to UI in this game, it would be really, really nice if they would, you know, perhaps do another UI update, especially when it comes to battle. I think it wouldn't be really too hard of a, like, feature to implement, to just showcase an area on the map somewhere in here of, like, projected next turn. So then that way you don't make really stupid mistakes like that, or so you don't have to constantly pause by hitting, you know, top left to check what the CRs are, and instead it would just say, oh, okay, this is who's projected, who's going to go next. You know, shit like that. And then, of course, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate, because every now and then, you know, jumps in the CR bar are a factor. That is shit that happens. So, like, even then, you could still make a mistake. But, like, I don't know, I just think it would be a nice little QOL thing. Because, speaking of which, it seems like we need a metric fucking shitload of QOL in this game, because, things ain't looking so great in terms of, like, the actual, how people are feeling about Epic 7 at the moment. But either way, hey, Lethe kills everything else. Now, we're going into yet another Monolight team. So, this time we're going to be using, oh, I don't know, the same fucking team. So, like, hey, it's Ahmed, Dark Corvus, and Arunka. So we're going to do literally the same shit. Except now, we're fighting a Spirit Eye Celine that was probably on Dust Devil or something, and she just doesn't proc it, you know, just like mine. Because I didn't proc any Dust Devils fucking at all whenever I used Spirit Eye Celine. Hey, looky there, it's already been, you know, 3 turns, and the Spirit and the Savior Adin is already dead. Thank fucking Christ for Little Queen's huge crown, eh? And because of that, you ain't coming back. And now, the Unbound Knight Arowell goes into Dark Corvus, who is immune to stun, by the way, so then that does literally fucking nothing. And now we can go into the Unbound Knight Arowell. This should kill, because we have a lot of attack, along with having attack buff, Shazam. What was that, 26, 28k, something like that? Can't fucking see because I'm blind, but either way, now all you have left is Spirit Eye Celine. Now, the worst thing that could happen here is because Spirit Eye Celine actually does a fair amount of damage. If she had procced Dust Devil even once, possibly even, like, once there as well, she could have possibly killed me. And then right here, she still has, like, a little bit of a baby barrier, so even with these 2 hits that I get right there, she has, like, a little tiny fraction of health left. But hey, Ahmed just does that just last little bit, and she's taken out of the fucking game. Now, what could be the last thing? Oh, goody. We get to use our pissed off kitty cat again, along with Oxlots. Thank fucking Christ they didn't give him that balance update. But either way, we're going to go ahead and boost up the kitty cat. Kitty cat going to be going right over here into the Savior Adin, and then that bitch going to be going bye-bye literally forever. 27,000 damage. And that Unbound Knight Arowell not looking so fucking clean. So a lot of you are probably looking at this going like, well, man, you talking some cash money shit, Lucent, because what if that fucking Landy had gone absolutely apeshit on your ass and did some, you know, like counter salvos, because Elbrus Ritual Sword is a really legit fucking artifact. Well, here's the thing. I initially thought, like, oh, okay, I think we'll be okay, because we should be able to survive 1 hit, 1 counter, 1 salvo, maybe even possibly 2 salvos. The biggest thing you could call me out for right here, where I was being an absolute fucking retard, was where I straight up wasn't paying attention to the CR bar and attempted to use Ahmed's S3 onto my Oxlots for the sake of, oh yeah, we really, really want to cycle super fast, but like, hey, he just got hit by the stun from Arowell because I straight up wasn't thinking about it. But hey, whatever. We still had attack buff on Arunka. Arunka could then go into the Navy Captain Landy, easy peasy, kill that bitch, and now all that's left is Unbound Knight Arowell. Shazams! It's over! Woohoo! And now, oh no, it's Urban Shadow Shu and ae-KARINA and fucking Ocean Breeze Luluca. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring General Purrgis. He's strictly there just to tank the hit from the Shu, because I immediately expected she was going to be fast. Then we go, bam, we one-tap the Shu because we just had just enough attack to go into her, which, thank fucking Christ for that, because she was on Proof of Valor. We have immunity already on our General Purrgis, so we're not going to get Death Broken here. We boost up yet again, and because we have just enough stats, we don't need attack buff. Get the fuck out of my game, ae-KARINA, you fucking bitch. And now all that's left is Ocean Breeze Luluca. And with Ocean Breeze Luluca being literally the only one left, going up against 2 DPS and one other unit that can just tank hits, you're pretty much in the clear. Because, like, I think right here, even on Watcher Shuri's S2 turn, he straight up kills her right here because Straze, being the Giga Chad motherfucker that he is on his S2, strips shit for free on the S2 if he has more attack than them, which he should have more attack than a fucking Ocean Breeze Luluca. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the Guild War. Ooh, woo! So, few things to go in and address. We ain't got a lot of time to really do it. So why didn't I do Guild War like earlier, like for Monday? You know what? Funny fucking story. Basically, one of our guild mates just straight up fucking left on Sunday. It was a big tower, by the way. He just fucking left, and then that bricked the Guild War and nobody noticed. So we actually straight up didn't even do a Guild War Monday. We were taken out of the rotation. And then Wednesday, basically we went into a group and I did nothing but cleave shit. And to any of you guys who know me, you know that like cleave is the one like form of playstyle that I think is the most fucking boring in the entire game. I think it's fucking trash. I hate cleave. But like then, so I just decided to not make it. So then like, okay, hey, here we are on this Guild War. Hoorah! Now let's actually talk about other things. Oh yay! Aren't you excited about the Leah, whatever the fuck her name is, the basest vampire who's only a vampire, to try and give off the facade that like vampires and humans can live together in Eurasia, because like Eurasia's story is kind of like a fucking clusterfuck right now. I don't know, like how do I feel about like Leah? Honestly, I don't really have any opinions about her. I'm not feeling any form of hype. I don't really give a shit. I'm just gonna grab one because it's a fucking limited character, and you guys know how it is. If you don't grab a limited character, you're gonna have to probably wait a fucking year or some shit before you can even see another one ever again. And I just don't like how these limiteds are really working. Like, I don't even understand why the fuck she's limited. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But either way, we're out of time, boys and girls. Hoorah! If you guys like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm gonna go play Palworld later.